Hey everyone, welcome back to Financial Futures. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Today, we've got some updates on Social Security payments and a major development involving Donald Trump. Before we jump into that, do me a quick favor and hit that like button, it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing to stay updated on all things finance. Now, let's get into the main content of today's video. First up, let's talk about Social Security payments. There's both good and bad news for Social Security recipients. The December inflation report from the BLS offers a potential silver lining. Due to the Federal Reserve's aggressive rate hiking cycle and the resulting spike in mortgage rates, there's a chance that the 2025 cost of living adjustment, COLA, for Social Security could be higher than the 2.6% average over the past 20 years. The Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, CPIW, rose by 3.3% over the past 12 months as of December 2023. If the 2025 COLA settles around 3%, the average retired worker's benefit could increase by close to $60 per month. However, there's some bad news too. Following a period of lackluster COLAs between 2010 and 2012, where there were 3 years with no COLA and a fourth with a mere 0.3% increase, a fourth consecutive year of above-average COLAs in 2025 might not be entirely positive. The concern is that historically high shelter inflation, one of the major expenses for seniors, could erode the purchasing power of retired workers. Even if the 2025 COLA increases, the persistent inflation in shelter costs might result in a decline in real purchasing power for seniors. According to a study by the Senior Citizens League, the purchasing power of Social Security income for seniors has declined by 36% since 2000. So, while there might be an increase in benefit checks, it might not fully compensate for the rising costs of goods and services. Now, let's shift gears to a major development involving Donald Trump. A New York judge has ruled that Trump must pay $354.9 million in penalties for fraudulently overstating his net worth to lenders. This ruling is part of a civil case that poses a threat to his real estate empire. Despite arguments that Trump paid off his debts in full, the judge imposed the penalties. This ruling has stirred controversy, with Trump supporters expressing dissatisfaction. In response to this, there are reports of truckers planning to boycott New York City routes starting on Monday. Truckers are expressing their discontent with the ruling and are refusing to transport loads to or from New York City. Additionally, a GoFundMe page has been set up to raise funds for Trump's legal defense. The goal is to raise the full $355 million in fines imposed by the New York court. As of this morning, the campaign has raised $209,300. Let's jump into our next topic. We're going to have a candid discussion about the impact of the U.S. southern border crisis on Social Security. I want to provide you with the facts, not just my opinion. So, let's dive into how this crisis could potentially change the landscape for Social Security recipients. Before we get started, if you're interested in more videos on Social Security or topics related to the southern border crisis, please hit the like button to let me know. Now, let's talk about the potential impacts of the southern border crisis on Social Security recipients. There are two main ways this crisis could affect them. Due to the crisis, cities are experiencing a decline in their budgets. This decrease in funds affects their ability to invest in affordable housing, local parks, and various services, impacting fixed-income households, including those reliant on Social Security. Many cities are seeking federal assistance due to budget constraints. Some local recreational centers and elderly centers are closing temporarily or reducing their hours to accommodate temporary housing for migrants. This shift in resource allocation can directly affect older individuals who rely on these centers, potentially limiting their access to essential services. Now, let's talk about the broader context and the potential long-term effects on Social Security. As you may know, the Social Security Trust Fund is projected to become insolvent in 2034. This means a significant reduction in benefits, around 22% for recipients. The question is, how can we address this issue and increase revenue for the Social Security Trust Fund? There are a few options on the table. One is to increase taxes, specifically on those earning above the Social Security income tax cap. Another option is to raise the Social Security tax rate. However, President Biden has stated that he won't increase taxes for individuals earning less than $400,000 per year. The third option, which is currently being explored, involves granting work permits and work authorization to asylum seekers and migrants. By allowing them to work legally in the United States, they would contribute to Social Security through payroll taxes, potentially increasing revenue for the trust fund. The challenge lies in the execution of this plan. Democrats are pushing for a more lenient approach to border security, allowing more people into the country to expedite work permits and approvals for residency or citizenship. However, this approach raises concerns among Republicans. Republicans argue that if a large number of immigrants are granted access and approval, and subsequently the right to vote, the majority may vote for Democrats. This is based on reports indicating that newly eligible immigrant voters tend to lean Democratic. The potential consequences of such a shift in voting patterns could impact future elections. As a result, the discussions around the southern border crisis involve complex considerations, ranging from Social Security to voting dynamics. In conclusion, the big changes in Social Security are not expected in the immediate future. Reports suggest that significant shifts might occur in 2026 or 2027. However, with the Social Security Trust Fund projected to become insolvent in 2034, the timing is crucial. The current focus on border security, elections, and geopolitical issues has diverted attention from Social Security, but it remains a critical topic. As soon as more information becomes available on how the U.S. southern border crisis could impact Social Security, I'll keep you updated with the latest news and updates. If you found this video informative, please hit the like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.